everybody, welcome back to GWN. I'm Noctair, your host. So, a few of you guys have been asking me to share some 3-star replays on fully maxed Builder Hall 9 bases. And I gotta tell you, these are few and far between, alright? It's really hard to find them because, well, there aren't a whole lot against the full max bases. Typically, we see more like, 60s and 70s and even 80s, but not usually 3 stars. But I did save up a few replays I've gotten from the guys over the last week. I got 3 of them here for you, and I thought I would go ahead and share, and we talk a little bit about it. So here's our first one. Zooted is going up against one with a P.E.K.K.A. Barb. And P.E.K.K.A. Barbs, really P.E.K.K.A.s are one of the stronger troops at Builder Hall 9 right now. And as I've said before, they work especially well against these box bases, these bases that are fairly open. And I realize this one is kind of a diamond base, but if you swizzle it around in your head, it actually looks more like a box. And that's kind of the way I treat box bases that are shaped into diamonds. I look at them as though they're a box instead. And any of those ground strats that are designed to take out box bases are going to work well against those kind of bases. In this particular one, he breaks in through a couple of different walls, so he's got a multi-pronged attack. The more vectors you can have, the better. Again, assuming that you're able to overwhelm the defenses, which sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. That battle machine manages to last all the way up to the very end, and at this point we've just got a few excess buildings we need to take out of. Thanks to that push trap, kind of just tossing our Super P.E.K.K.A. out there so she can knock out a few more things on her own while she's at it. I did a whole video on the P.E.K.K.A. Barb strat, and you'll want to check it out. This works well. Once you get your Super P.E.K.K.A. to level 18, this will work very well for you, even with a level 16 Raged Barbarian. It's just one of the strongest attacks out there, and it's easy to get to, unlike something that involves hog gliders, which you've got to go through 18 levels of upgrades to get to. So let's move on to our next one. And here we've got Dollar Tree going up against the dreaded Bren Chong. This base, I'll tell you what, a lot of people have a hard time with this base. I copied it down and started playing with it a little bit myself. It really does work well at a variety of levels, mind you, of defenses. It really does work well against a lot of attacks, and it's not a very forgiving base either. But once again, here we see he's coming in with P.E.K.K.A.s. In this case, it's a P.E.K.K.A. Bart. So a combination of P.E.K.K.A.s, Rage Barbarians, and then some cannon carts to do some additional damage. And cannon carts, they're really solid at Builder Hall 9, but you've got to watch out for that lava launcher. And you saw when the cannon carts first came in, they spent a little extra quality time in those lava pools. And I got to tell you, there is nothing that will take down these lightweight ground troops like the cannon carts or the sneaky archers, night witches. Nothing will take them down quicker than when they stop and start shooting from within a pool of lava. Now, obviously, in this case, it works out okay. They managed to stay behind that initial offensive push behind those Rage Barbarians and the Super P.E.K.K.A.s, as well as the Battle Machine, obviously. The Battle Machine makes it to the end. You get a couple of cannon carts down to almost the end. And now, finally, we've just got a couple of junk buildings that need to be taken out to secure the 3-star. And the ranged ability of that cannon cart manages to make it go a little bit more quickly since it can fire over the walls. Next up, and the very last one that I've got for you, I'm calling this one Drog. It's because it sounds funny. Turtle is attacking another, top 10 player here with a fully max base. And he's going to use Hall Gliders with baby dragons to kind of do the cleanup. Now, the Hall Glider, we've talked a lot about it. Not many people have level 18 Hall Gliders. The reality is, if you do by now, you've pretty much had to gem it. I'm working on my Hall Gliders, and knock on wood, with books, hammers, never missing an attack or the clock tower and all that, I should have my Hall Gliders done by the end of July, which means it'll be almost a full month that I'll have worked on them to finally get them done. But a lot of players do have them done. A lot of players running power potions. And the way the Hall Glider attacks work is they go in and they knock out a gazooie of the defenses until you finally only got a couple of things left. Then you come in on the back end with some other troop to basically do the cleanup. Now, if the defenses are weak enough, which doesn't happen a whole lot with fully maxed bases, but if the defenses are weak enough, you can do that using just the Hall Gliders as Hall Gliders and the battle machine. But more often than not, what happens is that they don't quite all make it. You have to use some kind of a cleanup troop. And that's what you see happening here. In this case, we luck out that they managed to take out all of the air targeting defenses, so really the baby dragons don't have anything to stop them. They can just work through the base with absolute impunity because there's essentially nothing there to target them. And 3 of them survive all the way down here to the end, so we've got plenty to go. But the key to this was the fact that we now have 4 baby dragons in a camp, and the turtle waited until the end, holding back on those baby dragons to use them in the cleanup capacity. Otherwise, this would have just been another high 2-star win. So there you got it, guys. 3 replays of fully maxed bases that are being used, being taken out by our guys at Creative for 3 stars. Comments, questions down below. Let me know. I always answer my comments, and feel free to send me an email if you like as well. Appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video. Y'all take care and keep on clashing. Bye now.